are practical men and women whose solutions are tailored for the actual conditions existing in our
Let's
country.
now look at our AI feature. Is my job safe from artificial intelligence? Well, I survived the impending AI job onslaught. First, let's clarify a common misnomer that exists about AI. AI and robots are two not so separate fields of science. And to my fellow Southern Africans and South Africans, when I talk robots, I mean robots, not traffic lights. AI is a branch of science that develops technology that is able to learn from data and make decisions on its own in order to solve problems, understand a language, or conduct a level of task without any instructions. The important phrase here being perform a task without instruction. Your mobile phone, for example, the ability to recognize faces, that's AI. Shazam, the app that listens to a song that you don't know about and is able to tell you what song it is, that is an early form of AI. So is your job safe from AI? The simple and unsettling answer is no. No, niente, zero. For now, the professional elite have managed to protect their professions, while on the other hand, the blue-collar workers, the laborers and the scraping for a wage workers are being mercilessly chopped off the employment line by various forms of AI. The elite and the owners of capital sit comfortably and enjoy the spoils of reduced labor costs, and in the meantime redirect the recently retrenched workers' salary to their gaping pockets. Let me ask you this. When a bank teller is retrenched because she is replaced by an internet banking function, where does her salary now go to? The owners of capital sit in pretty for now, but this is not a luxury they will enjoy for long. This is rather a sad lack of foresight, a pathetic hogging of resources, and an absolute failure to comprehend the bigger, sadder picture. That is my sort of political reason why your job is not safe from AI. Here is a more factual look at why your job is not safe from AI. I did an outstanding audiobook recently. I read an audiobook. I listened to an audiobook. I audioed an audiobook. Okay, how do I say this? As a matter of fact, I audio a lot of audiobooks, so to speak. They have been an absolute saving grace to those of us who can read to save their lives and tend to demonstrate not so subtle ADD or ADHD tendencies. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by my own brain, I was referring to a book written by a prolific American Chinese investor and former Google executive, Professor Kai-Fu Lee. Man, it doesn't get any more intellect inspiring than Professor Kai-Fu Lee. Yeah, there I go again. In this book called AI Superpowers, China, Silicon Valley, and the New World Order, Professor Kai-Fu Lee determines that by the year 2035, which I suspect you and I will still be in the job and entrepreneurship market, 40% of the world jobs would have been taken out by artificial intelligence. Automation is a form of AI. It is normally and acceptedly used to do simple and repetitive jobs like hooking up screws in a car on an assembly line to the same location over and over again. The advantage of automation over humans is that the robot will insert that screw to 1,000 cars and the speed no human can, with precision and consistency foreign to the human body dynamics. A similar kind of automation is used in the software you see when you get to the movies to buy a ticket. The young lady who used to smile and ask you, "What would you like to see today, sir, madam?" is now replaced by software that assists you to buy the movie ticket the same way you order goods online. Now, the opinion leaders in this area of developments and the proponents of AI continually argue that when AI takes one job, it replaces with another. They also repeatedly and incessantly, I must add, argue that indeed AI must do the manual, repetitive and boring labor because we need to be sitting somewhere on a beach coming up with creative ideas. I contend that this is a completely myopic view, a view that is far removed from what is really happening from on the ground, a view that is devoid of practical meaning in a country where a continent where 3 out of 5 people are jobless, a view that is entirely living out of the bubble thinking. Why do I say so, you ask? Well, to me, the biggest disqualifier of the opinion that when AI takes one job, it will create another and the likes is the simple factor of time or speed. The amount of time it will take a person whose job has been replaced by AI to learn, to be trained or prepare themselves for a newly created job makes me wonder, how will she pay for her well-being in the meantime? Again, if the young lady who was the movie ticket attendant has now been replaced by movie ordering AI in the current state of job situation, where does she go to look for another job which is not already taken or that someone is already been trained for? In this period of transition, where does she in the meantime get her sense of pride and job title identity that we all secretly treasure? How, I wonder, is she feeding her kids? How is she paying for the transport to her newly AI created job or training? So in my passionate and openly biased rant, do I have any answers to this big question? How do we prevent AI from taking our jobs? Well, here's my thinking. You know how in most countries there are laws that state that certain jobs cannot be done by foreigners? Well, we could do the same with AI. Draw up policies that does not allow AI to be implemented in certain sectors and industries, at least until new jobs have been guaranteed for those workers elsewhere. A similar type of law stated in layman's terms that if you are in a foreign country, you want to be established in a foreign country, you want to start a business there, you have to invest a certain amount of capital and employ a certain number of locals before you can be allowed to get into that country. You've heard this, right? Something to do with foreign direct investment policy. You probably have a clearer understanding of it than myself, but please work with me here. Why don't we work around a similar principle that if a company is going to come into a country and employ driverless cars, for example, it must first put so many millions or thousands of rands, dollars of capital in creating another job, car manufacturing industry, for instance. Okay, in a nutshell, for us to be saying that AI is not a threat for now, for us to be dismissing it as a conspiracy theory is precisely like how some countries reacted to coronavirus. You knew it was coming. You could tell what it's capable of, and you knew you weren't prepared for it. Goodness, you even saw movies made out of it. Have you seen Contagion? But you sat around and pretended it is nothing to worry about and you probably said, what the heck? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Actually, it all seems too similar to global warming, but that's another topic for another day. We'll leave that to Greta Thunberg for now and go to the lighter side of things. In the lighter side of things, we'd now like to present you with a website that tells you, is your job safe or is it going to be serviced by artificial intelligence? It is not by any chance a true, authenticated and qualified measure of what it purports to be. Actually, like a lot of things online, but it does have some truth in it. Have fun with it. Go and visit willrobotstakemyjob.com.